My name is Simon Thompson. I'm Professor of Hybrid Learning and Director of Flexible Learning at the University of Manchester. My ethos around my teaching, and particularly in face-to-face classroom spaces and online, is how do I make students feel as if they belong? And my passion for my subject comes from a belief that technology and digital is an inherent part of life, and using digital facilities, digital tools, both in the media context but also in learning and teaching context, are integral to support that belonging of students. So within flexible learning, the types of activities that we hope will enhance student outcomes is a variety of activities linked to really three main areas. The place at which we study, so that could be a physical place as well as a virtual place. The pace at which we study, so the opportunities that we have to slow down learning at a pace that suits our life or speed up at a pace that suits our life. And the other one is pathways, so the pathways that we might have open to us to navigate through a learning and teaching experience. So that could be a pathway in an assignment kind of point of view, so thinking about assessments, or when we're thinking about pathways in terms of designing curriculum, that not everyone might need to take the linear pathway, they might be able to take a different route. So when we talk about place, we also talk about modality, and this idea that we live in a mixed modal world where we're often operating in real, virtual and philosophical spaces. So what we want to do is think about place as not just being on campus, which is obviously a really important part of the experience of being a student at Manchester, of course. But not all students can easily get onto campus, not all students will have access to a campus experience, and so that modality and place is a really important part of our design thinking when we're thinking about flexibility. So I think in the context of inspiring teachers, probably there's two that I want to probably pick up. The first is, I think, at secondary school or high school, because I think that's a really malleable part of your education experience, that time in your life where you're really trying to find out what interests you. And I was very fortunate to have a drama teacher, Joey Mason, who really instilled a sense of responsibility in my own learning, and I think that was really important. But alongside that, a lot of flexibility in terms of being able to explore avenues that I would like to try. So I think that's what I try to bring to my own teaching, in fact, is an encouragement of students to explore the subject from their lens, through their point of view, not one that I'm directing them at. But at the same time being there as somebody that can scaffold and support them in those endeavours. What I learn from students is that they can bring so many different perspectives and experiences to a learning environment. And I think when we design curriculum, we often fall into the trap of designing it from our perspective, and what I've learned to do over the years is to design a lot more flexibility into that. So really just focusing on topic areas, but not necessarily the lens through which we're going to view that topic. So students have taught me a huge amount in terms of how they can bring their own perspectives to that. I know that could be a cultural perspective, that could be a social perspective, or it could be a mental well-being perspective, because students have a wealth of experiences that I have never had. And it's important that when I think about a curriculum design and I bring students into that curriculum with me, that they're able to do that and bring their own voice to that experience. I think what's innovative and leading about our work at the University of Manchester is that every university will have pockets of activity, pockets of excellence and pockets of innovation that are going on within their university environment. But what we're seeking to do at the University of Manchester is make innovation and that high quality teaching experience part of our key strategy. So the flexible learning programme is an indication of our real strength in identifying new approaches, but also to really think deeply and strategically about the experiences that we want all of our students to have across all of the curriculum that they may study with us.